What if you can't focus during meditation? What if you're constantly distracted? If your brain freezes when you try to meditate and you cannot finish a guided meditation, does that mean that you're not doing it right, being spiritual? Somebody asked me this question and they said, I'm looking at my laptop, I cannot focus in meditation, I'm constantly distracted, I feel resistance. And does this happen before we fully anchor into the 5D or embody our higher self? Or does it mean we're not doing it right? And that is something I've talked about this many, many times, but regularly people ask me these questions and they don't always find the older videos because I have so many of them. The thing is, in the new age, let's call it the new age, a lot of people are giving this one formula. Do the manifestation, do the affirmations, meditate every day. 1, 2, 3, you'll be enlightened in 5 years or something. And that is not the way it works. If you want to anchor in your higher self, you have to be in your body. And sometimes we go through phases of massive downloads where we are absorbing like a sponge. And you can kind of look at it like a traffic jam. If you are going through a phase, because we are always just going with the flow of everything is cyclical, also our spiritual journey. And this is something that I've talked about a lot of, in the past, but I need to make another reminder, I think a video again about this. Because you cannot just do the same thing every day. Your body's not going to feel the same every day, especially if you're a woman. You're going through cycles. Your mind is not going to be able to do the same thing every day. So why would you expect your etheric body to behave the same way every day? Why would it be abnormal that you would go through phases where you're feeling that meditation may not be what you need on your spiritual journey? Maybe you just need to spend more time in your body. And basically, where was I going with this? So yeah, your higher self is asking you to listen to what you need. In mystery schools, they would indeed, of course, meditate, but they would often use their body too. And a lot of times in the new age, there is a chronic just dismissal of grounding. We hear it all the time, grounding, grounding. But what is grounding? It's nothing fancy. It is going for a walk. It is doing the dishes. It is not multitasking. It is doing one thing, doing that, then doing the next thing, not doing everything at once, because then you're trying to do everything at once to save you time, but you are splitting yourself and spreading yourself too thin. But what I'm trying to say with this is, if you cannot meditate, it is fine, because you are automatically on this journey going to go through phases where you are going to want to meditate, where you're going to feel this like a magnet, that you're going to be going up basically, and you are going to be receiving, and it's going to be effortless to meditate. It's going to be effortless to get downloads. And then you're going to go through a phase where you're going to be anchoring this in, embodying all of these teachings. It's the same like when they say you have to sometimes turn the computer off. Can't just leave it on all the time. It needs to be turned off sometimes too. I don't think it's necessarily connected to, does this mean that I'm right there, that it's just becoming difficult? No, this means that you are integrating new parts of yourself. And if you're then going to try to force to meditate, to do all these things, and it just doesn't feel right, feel into what does feel right. Your body may need extra attention. You may want to just focus on very simple things, on using your body, or just being creative, or reading books, listening to music, instead of meditating for a while. If you are somebody that likes structure, what you could do is, instead, if you feel like you could give yourself the option in the morning. Am I gonna just listen to some music and just enjoy doing that and see what comes up? Maybe nothing happens. Maybe it's not gonna do anything. Maybe you're gonna feel like you're not getting any downloads. Then you're just in the moment, in the presence of this activity, of the music. And that's what you're doing for yourself. And then maybe that's what you're gonna do. Or you're gonna read a book for 15 minutes and you're gonna feel that when you want to meditate, it'll be effortless. You should never force anything. Of course, when you want to start new habits, such as meditation, in the beginning, it's going to feel like you do have to force it a little bit. But I'm talking about somebody asked me this that has been meditating for years. And then now she's feeling, okay, this is feeling like I can't focus. And it's not working. And it's going to make you feel like you're doing something wrong, or it's a chore. Then it's going to start to feel like a chore. Then do something else. This does not mean that something is wrong with you on your spiritual journey. It also doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to now like do this whole big shift and something big is going to happen. I think it simply means, and this is based on my experience of my own life, on the experience of working with clients who have gone through this, that it's all very cyclical. It all goes in cycles. And usually for me, in my life, it'll go in cycles of a couple of weeks or months. And then I'm not going to meditate as much. Like I now came out of a cycle where I was reading a lot, reading and getting downloads and processing through reading, through painting, where I wasn't necessarily meditating that much. Then I have phases where I am praying a lot, where I'm working with Aramaic every day. And then that kind of fades away again, and I have phases where I'm meditating. Then I have phases again where I'm more called to reading. You have to listen to what your body is telling you, what it needs on this spiritual journey. So, yeah, if you have any questions about that, if you want to share your own experiences, if you feel like you've been through this too and you weren't sure what was going on, or if you recognized it within yourself, or if you need help with this, you need somebody to kind of guide you in all of this, know that I have a bunch of different readings, different types of sessions for you. So reach out to me if you need any help. Bye-bye.